Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
We're back. Welcome to the bunker.
Good evening and welcome to the S-4 Bunker, coming to you live here in the Cascade Mountains in Concrete, Washington. Oh, in the, bizarre world of weird weather and lightning strikes and, what else is going on?
Well, we're officially without power. Well, I've got power.
We are. Oh, I got the official word, the power is out at home.
Right?
Yep.
Well, obviously, it didn't affect Cape Horn.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're still breathing with power.
Mm-hmm. Still breathing power?
Friend, I don't need power to breathe.
No, if you do, you got bigger issues.
Yeah.
After following me today, you probably do.
Friend, hey, it wasn't that bad. Friend.
Just left a hole in the atmosphere.
Ozone layer.
I will say on Highway 20, I was about to run the guy in front of you off the road.
Oh, thank God, because I meant to talk to you about that. But yes, I was. That was a guy.
I don't know.
On 20?
Yeah. There was some person that was in between us that got in through one of the roundabouts.
Yeah, he thought 45 was good on Highway 20.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I hate that shit. Yeah.
He pulled over to try to let her pass, and he wouldn't do it. So yeah. So they finally peeled off at Janeke, at the building that's up and running.
You know, one of them knuckleheads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Janeke. They probably caused the fucking lightning strike too.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I didn't see the lightning strike. I know you guys did.
Yeah.
We heard the rumble. Cheyenne did, I think. It sounds kind of quinky-dinky or like it kind of coincides with those weird explosions and flashes of light and shit that's been going on in the same area.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Well, there was another explosion today.
In the same area?
In Edmonds.
Huh?
While we were in Edmonds, there was another explosion today that was heard in Marble Mount.
Yep.
We're in.
Really? Okay.
I know there's been a lot of weird jets and a lot of weird plane activity. That I've been hearing the dogs been responding to. So I don't know. Is there military activity in conjunction with them getting ramped up over Russia's bullshit, or who knows? Who knows?
I actually had some
really don't know.
strange activity here last week, which they were practicing the fighter jets, which never happens, like really here.
Right.
You don't see that unless they're going to be, and it's actual military fighter jets, not like a show, because we have a Dayton Air Show. That happened twice, and there was two of them. It was pretty nuts. I mean, I even got a video of it because it was like, well, this isn't normal.
Huh.
Well, years ago when I was living back in Texas, it was the strangest thing. Just one afternoon, randomly, middle of the week, there was one of the big, like C-5A Galaxy, one of the big cargo plane jets, and a couple of smaller ones. I can't remember what they were. I think it might have been A-10s now that I think about it. But they were just making circles over this little town in Texas. It's not little. It's got about 25,000 residents. But they were just passing by over and over again and flying over different patterns over the town. And then it was the local paper inquired about it, tried to find out what was going on, and the military said no, they didn't have any activity. They didn't know what everybody was thinking they saw, but it wasn't them. And everybody saw these big planes, one big honking plane flying overhead. So.
You know what irritates me about all that shit too? Is I'm seeing more and more and more bullshit over. Oh, and they call the TikTok or the Tic Tac.
TikTok.
It's a demon.
What?
Well,
The Tic Tac UFO is a demon. Do you guys know that?
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I know.
They also,
Sorry.
but yeah, okay, but that's the thing. Like, it's just a different type of conspiracy thing. Because they also say, the moon landing didn't happen. Paul McCartney's a fucking clone.
Yeah. Elvis isn't dead.
Shazam wasn't a movie.
Okay.
Fuck that.
But wait, Shazam is part of the whole Mandela effect. That's not a conspiracy.
They also say Danny DeVito
It's still a
is
conspiracy.
cop.
I think he's in it. Like, I think he's involved.
Involved in the conspiracy?
Yeah. They paid him.
Oh, then you got, shit. You got P. Diddy, who is the new Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
What
There's
do you mean
that.
new?
Huh?
What do you mean new?
Well, newly caught.
Yeah, he would have been doing it before.
So, is he going to get killed in prison, too?
Huh?
Is he going to get killed in prison, you think?
No.
No?
He's not friends with any royalty.
Yeah. That'd be a hang-up, yeah.
Think about it. Prince Andrew was supposed to lose his fucking rights as a royal member
Because of his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein?
until Epstein died. All of a sudden, it wasn't that big of a...
Well, yeah, all the evidence got...
Friend,
Well, they stripped him of all of his abilities.
all of his abilities,
Yeah.
but all of his rights were kept.
Yep.
Yeah.
They get the title, he gets to keep his money. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Paul is saying, according to the community thread on the lightning strike the other day, it was heard from Mount Vernon to Marble Mount. Dude, lightning doesn't get heard. That's a 60, 70 mile range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear thunder or lightning usually.
Not just that, the way it happened was weird. So,
That's really weird.
Space weapon? I'm going way, 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 way out on a limb on that one, but...
we saw the strike.
Huh?
We saw the strike and counted. And the thing is, Kimberly was counting with me.
Right.
You do not count, or she didn't stop counting once the thunder started going. She just kept counting. Friend, little kid thing. But
Yeah.
it was 4 seconds from the strike, which was a blink. It wasn't
It wasn't a
sheet lightning. It wasn't sheet
long
lightning.
flash.
It was just a one flash. And then the thunder lasted another 4 seconds.
Oh.
And that was around Meekler, it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is the same fucking area that all the explosions and the flashing ball of light and all that happened, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Something's happening.
what is significant in that area?
That's where Jesus came back. I saw.
That's where Danny DeVito rose from the lake.
I'm just...
It leads me to question what the heck the military might be doing underground or in mountains.
So within that circle of radius, you've got the Cedar Woolley National Guard Armory. Oh, yeah, I got it. They're still doing lobotomies at Northern State.
Well,
But you know what else is there? Janicki is right there.
Yeah, actually, so I'm going to have an in on information on Northern State right away.
How?
Our tenant just accepted a job there. Friend, because that's where they put the Job Corps.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, she is the new residential advisors for Job Corps.
Yeah, Cheyenne heard the thunder.
Friend, so, I don't know, it was interesting. Friend. But I don't think there's anything, like, maybe underground, Nikki, but those mountains, there's nothing that's coming, like, there's no area for them to go into at that area, into a mountain. But, unless they're coming from somewhere else.
So, when you look at the parallel, isn't that where Old Day Creek and Janicki Road is?
No.
Or are you
You're too far.
too far down?
well,
Because they
now-
supposedly
You're too
have
far
that.
down.
They supposedly could possibly have that bunker in the mountain. In that
Dairy
area.
Queen would be Old Day Creek Road.
Huh?
Dairy Queen would be Old Day Creek Road. You're that far.
Okay.
The Old Day Creek Road isn't actually that long. It curves hard.
Right.
Friends, so...
But Janicki Road comes off Old Day Creek Road. Is my point.
Well, doesn't aren't they a contractor for Boeing?
Who?
Janicki.
Among others, yes.
Okay. Well,
The
just nearby,
Boeing, they're
right?
also...
Okay.
And what's the Amazon one?
Oh, that's not SpaceX. That's what's his face? Elon's.
Yeah.
Was it Blue something?
Yeah. Blue Thunder
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Oh, did you hear
Blue
the first person got the chip in their brain? He played a video game with it. Pretty cool. Civilizations 4, I believe it was.
Yeah.
They can keep that shit. I don't want no goddamn shit in my brain.
Yeah, but he can...
The fucker used the first day of it just to stay awake to play
Hey,
a 20-year-old video game.
it's what the monkey did.
Oh, did you play
So-
Pong?
Civilization 4.
They're already using technology. I know people that are talking about it. That is technology to skull. It's been happening for many freaking years. The technology with the 4G and the 5G is nothing in comparison to what they've already been doing.
And oh my god, yeah. So
And you do not have to have no frickin' chip in your head. I mean, it's technology that's already being used. And it's proven scientifically, you just have to find the documentation. And it's government-based. So just an FYI, folks. Do your research. Dig deep.
So, what's your thoughts on 5G? Because you got Kennedy, the presidential runner, jumping up and down about 5G being mind control and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Even if it
No,
is,
it is. That's the problem. That's part of the problem. Part of the issue. Look, I'm not into. There are things that I know because of people I know that I actually trust, and I don't trust easily. Okay, so I've done my research in this. Can I prove it document-wise? No, but I know actually quite a few people who can. And it's public documentation on websites. It's just really freaking hidden. You gotta dig deep into it. But yeah, part of 5G, that's part of it. It's literally technology via airwaves through the skull. Not a damn joke. Do your research.
I believe it's the thing. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm saying to get one of the two other dinguses out of the way, we need a good third-party candidate that actually has a chance of winning. And it's hard to go in front of the American public and tell them what is. But everybody else will say, "Oh, he's being a wacko. He's being a loon. He's being this. He's that." When it loons and wacko involved, so
the masses are not going to want to hear what is really going on because they have been. I don't know the right phrase at this second, but they've been gaslit is the only word that I know that actually fits. Gaslit for so many years, 70 to 90 years gaslighting, that it's a pattern, and you have to figure out for yourself. And dig deep, do your research, get into the FOIA. I want to call them reports. That's not what I mean. You guys know what I mean when I say FOIA.
Yeah, Freedom of Information
on the
Act.
camera.
Yep.
Thank you. And so do your research. There are people that are getting a lot. They are paying a great deal of money to get the FOIA documentation. And they're able to prove it because they get it in their hands from the government. Granted, it may take up to a year to get something, but they are getting the documentation.
Or go to Black Vault and see if they've already wrote.
Bingo.
Blackvault.com.
Yeah, it's also on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's look it up. It's I don't remember the exact term, but it's technology to skull. The first word I'm missing. Sorry guys, I had a really horrendous day today. I'm a little tired with my words, so I apologize publicly. I apologize for that. But the point is, I missed the first word. The second, third word are to skull. And if you can find the word for the technology, it'll.
So, are you saying 5G is part of the MK Ultra, or is this a different project?
I believe, based on what I know, that it's, and not psychically know, although I have done some looking into it, actually this year, part of this year and part of last year, I believe they're intermixing some of it. That's my personal take on it. Now, from what other people are talking about, think that it's solely MK. And I'm like, not from what I'm and finding out.
So real quick, too, for any new listeners, MK Ultra was the CIA's control program, which started out really with LSD and other experimental drugs. Not experimental so much, but they used LSD a lot, along with electric shock and other techniques. The government wound up paying a shit ton of money to a lot of the victims and their families if the victims died, because several people died during that. And that was back in, I want to say, the 60s that a lot of that started. And it actually came out with some of the sound technology that the military uses that they can use. It's kind of like microwave, but it's not lethal. It makes you sick. Things like that. And then if you want to go way down a rabbit hole, you can look at HARP. Some think HARP isn't just weather modification. They think it's part of mind control as well. I don't know. Is 5G part of it? Who the hell knows?
Dig deep, do your research, figure it out for yourself, figure out what you believe, and you'll start picking. It's easy once you start digging deep, it is easy to see what is truth and what isn't truth based on your own research, but you got to do the digging, the deep dive.
But can I add something to that though?
Yeah, go
Don't
for it.
don't just go by one YouTuber or one source.
No, my God, no.
Try
Please.
to look at it from a whole bunch of different ranches, so you look at the pros and the cons.
Yeah, multiple aspects,
Yeah,
not just one person.
and
Oh my God.
that goes with news as well. You don't just look at one news source. If you're looking at news, Google it. It amazes me. I don't see ignorance as an excuse, because everyone that spreads misinformation and bullshit accidentally, there is no accidentally. Anyone that's spreading bullshit has Google at their fingertips. So
Get away from Google. That's the thing, because Google is really controlling their information in a hardcore way. Get onto a different search engine.
well, either way. So whether you don't like Google or point is, find multiple sources
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
and look at both sides
Well, I got a
of an
question
issue.
for you though. Are you talking about people who are in the field or just the average Joe?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, because the average Joe's going to mention this shit in passing. They're not going to, like, they're going to hear about it on Facebook or something. It's going to come across their feed, and they're just going to mention it to someone else.
I know.
That is still considered spreading misinformation, but it is more accidental than
It
someone
can
who's
be.
in the field.
But
But
I
if
think
they're
people are too
interested,
gullible these
they'll
days, is my
certainly-
point.
If they're
It's,
really interested,
people are too
they'll
gullible these
certainly
days.
dive. That's what I'm finding.
Myself
If they're
included.
really interested.
Sometimes.
People are more gullible these days? How
Well,
long
they've
was
always
Nixon
been
in
gullible.
fucking power?
Huh?
How long was Nixon in power? Fred, like, I don't know. Like,
Rosella was going to say something.
what's up, Rosella?
Well, I think this is really interesting. I was reading what Paula actually wrote, and
Yeah.
we have had so many crazy weather things that I would like to talk about, just because, I mean, and see what you guys have experienced, because I wrote you guys earlier today, like, the weather is insane. We had tornadoes 2 weeks ago that ripped through 2 towns and destroyed an entire small lake village that is 20 minutes away. And then another 20 minutes away in another direction, it also did a lot of horrible damage too. So the weather has just shifted here for my entire life. And I mean, just that's pretty much like 40 years of living here. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, we never had any kind of weird weather at all. Like, sometimes it would snow on Halloween. That was like our big thing. And the joke in Ohio is you experience every single, like, season in one day in Ohio. Like, you wake up, it's snowing, then it's like spring by noon, and then you're in full summer by, you know, the afternoon, which is very true. But the tornadoes and the storms like this have never been a problem. So this is really crazy. Like, we're always running to the basement. We have 4 bunnies, we have 3 dogs, we have a mouse. So we're like trying to bring everything to the basement every 2 weeks. We wake up at 4 in the morning to tornado sirens going off, which is luckily in our backyard, or we probably wouldn't hear it. But it's really just crazy. We had even horrible storms like yesterday that out of nowhere completely shifted. So everybody was on guard. And Yahoo has never done this, but they put out in my area, they emailed me. I have 2 accounts, and they emailed on this 2 separate accounts and pushed the stuff to my phone about the tornado warnings because of the things that have happened. And this kid's got out of school yesterday early, which again has never happened because of the weather. So it's been insane here.
Well, and did you guys hear about the weird weather or the weird rain. I don't know what country it was in, but it was like it was burning people.
Oh my gosh, like acid rain?
Kind of.
Well,
Wow.
And I mean, acid rain's not new, but
Yeah.
I don't know. My father-in-law brought that up.
yeah, like in the movies from back in the 80s, there was a lot. Anytime it was usually the B movies or the straight to video where they'd have the acid rain and everybody'd have to run inside because you'd actually be burned with acid. So,
Yeah, right.
that sounds, Rosella's right. That sounds exactly like that. So,
Well, and we had, even today, like we had sleet. We went from having like 70-degree weather on like probably Monday, and now today it was sleeting and raining on and off, like horrible, horrible winds. Talking gusts up to 80 miles an hour, which is just, it's insane. And usually here in the spring and the fall, we have a lot of wind. It's just kind of like the plains. It's Ohio. But, I mean, I think Paula
I'm
was right.
looking at the kid going for a ride.
When she was saying about like the winterless weather, that has been a really big thing because we had no snow pretty much for the past 2 years. Not very much of a winter at all. It would rain.
3 years.
3 years now?
Because the reason I'm going to say that is because one of the things Paula mentions is the fact that India had weird rain. At that same time, our snow didn't melt. It burned.
yeah.
Yeah, it melted.
Burn.
Friend,
It melted, didn't it? Like
it was
styrofoam.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More places are having that kind of.
I've never heard of that at all. Wow.
I've seen it. It's yeah.
We did
We
it.
had a big winter storm about 3 years ago in February, and that was like so unexpected because we didn't have very much, and then it was like huge. So just crazy.
It sounds like Texas all at once. It just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and you're like,
drought.
oh, yeah. No, it's been weird. Like I said, I've been living here my whole life, and I've never seen anything like this before. And then people are like, "Well, I guess that's the Midwest," but I'm like, "This is not normal." Like I'm a person who really believes in climate change, so I mean, I just don't understand what the hell going on.
You live somewhere long enough, and you've been in the region long enough,
Right?
and you know what the weather in the time you were to the present. You're
Yeah.
We didn't have it.
This year? Yeah.
A bit of snow, but it went away. That's right.
We had a week's worth.
We had very mild winter, though.
Yeah, we did, except for the big freeze, which
We were
was.
supposed to.
But
They've been controlling the weather for so long that it makes me wonder what else they've been doing.
Well,
Literally.
Yeah.
the thing is, I think when they start playing with weather like they've been doing, after a while they just fuck up Mother Nature, and Mother Nature's retaliating.
Yeah, it's really scary.
They
I'm
throw
actually
the whole system off.
Oh, sorry. Were you saying?
They throw the whole system off.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm actually putting up a story, I hope, this week. I've been trying to edit it on my blog about my son. We were in our pool about 2 years ago, we have a new pool. And he stuck up his hand and he said, "Mom, we have 3 hours until a tornado hits." Nikki, I think I've told you this story. But we had exactly 3 hours. It was exactly 3 hours. And then he didn't even look at the TV because he was too young to even understand what was like really going on the TV. And then he said, "Oh, all right, it just skipped over us, and now it's heading towards Tip City. It's going to destroy Meyer." And it did destroy Meyer. I mean, everything he said was absolutely accurate. My husband, who doesn't really believe in like the things that I kind of do because he just wants to pretend he doesn't believe in it. I have air quotes going on now because he can't see me. And Nikki knows what I mean. We've talked about it. But yeah, like he's always like, okay, that's whatever, and then he doesn't talk about it. Deny, push under the carpet. But that day, couldn't do that. I mean, we went towards Meyer and saw that every single thing that our son said was on point, and just it was, everything was destroyed. It was insane. It's just though things like that never really happened here before. And I'm like switching a little bit, but I'm not kind of like putting these together. The weirdest coincidence and things that like have been happening here ever since the like pretty much that leap year, the full moon, and then going into this eclipse. I'm having people call me constantly about things that are just crazy off the wall and don't make sense. Like people yelling at them, the kind of full moon, crazy stuff that you go through. Yeah, like Nikki knows what I mean too. Especially with men. I don't know why it's always men.
Oh my God, yes.
Always men. Like,
Whoa.
and it's so funny.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like I always get like, he yelled at me and I didn't even do anything. He's using me, and I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Every full moon, especially a new moon, they will come out of just like everywhere. It's just nuts. But I find that the weirdest like Murphy Law things are going on. Like you guys were talking about with the thunder. It's just like, what is happening? I feel that the weather and these weird things are a part of each other. And I might be wrong, but I will say this, and normally I'm not.
At this point,
But astrologically, when you start looking at everything and everything that is taking place right now around our planet, combined with what is taking place genetically, combined with what's taking place, I just lost my train of thought, but you get the idea. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, there it is. It's all, I agree, it's all interconnected.
I really think so.
Well, what was the program that everybody, I know George Norrie went on about it in the early 2000s about, and I think Art Bell even did it, DARPA?
Yeah.
Wasn't that weather related?
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Nobody says anything about that anymore. It's just like it went away. But maybe they've refined it so we don't see the patterns in the sky anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be it. I mean, there could be numberings, good, and whoever they are. That's the other thing. How do we figure out? We assume it's our government, but what if it's a cabal of governments? What if it's it's business? I mean, yeah.
Corporations.
Yep. Sometimes
Different
it
aspects of government.
seems corporations are worse than the government, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I not
You
wholeheartedly.
never want corporations to run anything.
Well, and then we're going into retrograde too, so it's even worse. Like,
Bingo.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, wait till like April 8th is over. And I don't know about you guys. I haven't asked you or looked it up or anything, but we have like total, like, apparently people are calling it totality or something. Like total visibility is what I'm going to call it.
Right.
So we're going to be just in my backyard looking at it, and we're really lucky. But people are flocking to Ohio and they're renting like hotel rooms. Like hotel rooms are charging like $500, $600 a night. Just to
Central Texas is going through that. Waco, where I worked at in television when I started there. It's in that path. I watched them on YouTube. And they've been talking for months about, and they keep running the same stories. What glasses do you use? What to do with this? And and of all of it, it's like Airbnbs are going through the roof. They're having huge rates. I'm like, are you kidding me? All these people are just going to go watch the sun go completely black for a minute. Which,
I know.
Ideal, but it's kind of like, is it?
Yeah.
And the sad part is, in that part of the world next week, all the weather forecasts are calling for cloud cover big time. So,
oh no,
yeah, they've already gone on. 3 different cities down there have declared state of emergency already. They're a state of emergency or state of disaster. State of disaster. Yeah. So yeah, they're preparing for whatever. So that's which is
Because
weird.
people will be mad because they can't see it?
I don't know. I guess because people are going to they're afraid people are going to not know how to drive when the sun suddenly goes away and they won't just turn their headlights on or.
Well, hell, they don't do that here with the rain
And
in the
it
dark.
won't be dark.
Well, most cars now, the lights come on automatically. So, yeah, I have no idea. We were talking about that. Paul and I were talking about that the other night. We were watching the video. We were like, well, why are they doing this? They didn't give an explanation. They just we're doing it. And that was it.
Well, we've
Okay.
been giving, like, our schools gave the sunglasses away, the library, certain places, like, they have programs that are, like, came out of nowhere, I never knew about, distributing them. And we have off for school. The kids have off that day because of the hype of it. They let them off because they didn't want the kids to look at the sun and have, like, liability, which I understand. But I've been getting, like, asked, oh, will you be a part of this vendor show? Like, people are having vendor shows, festivals. They're every single town, like my town next to me, they have these visibility areas, and they are having the whole town gather there, and they have, like, vendors and music and all this stuff all day long. My one friends are coming from Cincinnati just because they can see it better here.
It reminds me of Doris Claiborne.
It's a weird ride. People are like, you want to do a vendor show? No, I don't want to waste my time on a Monday doing that. No.
So,
I want to be with my family.
Rosella, you got
Yeah.
about a 50-50 chance of seeing clouds and showers.
That's terrible. Because the weather has been so bad that I'm like, I said to my husband today at dinner, I really said, watch, we are going to have, like, clouds or rain, and this is going to be really bad because of all these people. Like, all the hotels are sold out. It is hundreds of dollars for the hotels around here. And Cincinnati, too, because they have revolving restaurants and stuff and rooftop stuff. So they have, like, all their stuff sold out for even thousands. Insane. Just to have, like, a whole package and stuff for the day. It's crazy. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah, I take back what I said about the state of disaster because like I-35 runs through at least two of those towns. You're going to have people pulling off the interstate. You're going to have people pulling off the highway. You know, they're going to be driving. They're going to stop and do whatever. So God only knows how many people are going to run into other people because suddenly it's like, oh, look, the eclipse is starting, and they just stop in the middle of the road.
They're lucky.
And they do that here too. Oh, look, the elk! And they stop in the middle of the fucking road and take a picture. Like, yeah.
Well, and I will say, the last eclipse, Emma was, I think about maybe 3. I think it was like 10 years ago. I could be wrong, but somewhere around those lines. And there was cops just randomly pulling people over and doing, like, checks and stuff. And then the people were flipping out on the cops because they were like, you're making me, like, get out of the car or look at you or stay like under the eclipse longer, and I'm going to be blinded. I mean, people really freaked out, and they weren't educated about a lot of it too. So it was crazy. I saw, like, cops being, like, pulling over a ton of people, and there was a lot of videos the next day of people flipping out, hitting cops because they were accusing them that they were going to make them blind because of this eclipse, and they were making them get out of the car. Like, you know, stupidity. But that kind of stuff is going to be even worse this time because we run I-75 and I-70. We're the intersection here in Dayton, which is about maybe 11 minutes down the road from me. I'm right off the highway. And it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm going to be watching the news the next day about all the flip outs on the road.
So do you guys also hear that during the eclipse, CERN has a big plan for smashing atoms to look for invisible energy or invisible
Nice.
during the eclipse because they want to see if there's anything different.
They're
Yeah.
turning it on.
My
Yeah.
husband did it today.
We need
His
to turn
company
all the
was-
microphones that are facing the moon on during that point.
We'll just add to the chaos.
Well, apparently they've got a couple of NASA's. Saw something on one of the Houston TV stations where NASA's got a couple special planes going up to do some observation of it too. So
my husband's company actually is in charge of that plane and has equipment on it, that kind of thing. So yeah, they design equipment for NASA.
It's an interesting looking plane. I'll give it that. So
That's what he was saying. He said it was really old. So.
Yeah, it's straightened out. They made it look like a hoopty. So
What is it, a Volkswagen Beetle? We're gonna send a
Everybody inside to
Volkswagen.
watch this, and we'll all be
Beetle.
outside and supposedly looking at this thing. You know. Well, now people are fighting over who can get the glasses. I mean, the glasses that the glasses that you had like the 10 years ago they're not effective. They don't do the same thing.
of course, because they need to make money. So
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is the difference there? Plastic and shaded. Like, so stupid. But yeah,
Well,
I swear, I'll be happy when this is over.
Cole could probably, from what I understand, you could just go out and wear a welder's helmet and go look at it. So
Yes, but make sure it's not an automatic one.
okay.
Because we had one guy at my dad's shop use one of the automatic darkenings, and he forgot to put in a new battery, and well, it died halfway through the clips, and he was still staring because he thought it was working.
Oh, damn.
And he burnt both his retinas, and friend, it was pretty. It was the next 2 days were fucking entertaining as hell, friend.
Jeez.
Because then you just grab them and say, like, you hold the welder behind your back and you say, "Look at this, quick!"
Shit.
Friend, I'm not gonna lie. An auto shop is not the best place to get hurt because you are gonna get made fun of. You are gonna get treated like shit, friend. It's a great time, friend.
It's a great time.
Well, okay, so we had a hoist at the shop that we had to rewire every couple of years, and me and Dad and Kenny would do it together, friend. So you have someone up on a ladder working on the hoist and redoing the electrical between the two posts, and friend, then you have someone working on the hydraulic, and then you have someone overseeing. The person overseeing would always like to go over to the breaker box and turn on the breaker real quick and turn it back off. So you get about 17 to 18,000 volts going through you, like for about a second, and it was great. Like, friend, you never felt more alive, friend. But like, it's just little practical jokes, friend. You know, all fun and games.
Little.
Yeah. Friend, okay, so the best one. Friend, you know how the older trucks.
Like, wow.
You know how the older trucks, they had mostly metal parts.
That's funny.
Friend, so
Okay, this is hysterical.
they played a practical joke on my dad. So my dad took one of his employees' trucks and he rewired the electrical in it, so that as soon as the guy turned on the key, every metal part in the truck was electrified.
Oh.
Including the ignition, so he couldn't even turn it off again. The guy slept in his truck. It was the greatest joke I've ever seen played on someone.
Oh my god.
So, like, yeah.
Okay, like, is this your good side or bad side? Because I'm curious of which one to not get on.
That side you don't get on. So
Yeah, it's like, which one's worse?
I've only
Get
got one person on my bad side right now, and if I ever find him, no one else ever will. So that like really all this stuff is my good side. Friend, if I'm doing this stuff to you, I like you.
They'll wind up in the woods somewhere.
So no, never play a trick on you.
Friend.
Bigfoot food.
Well, the best part is the trick that they played on my dad was he owned the shop, and the Chamber of Commerce at that point had an outhouse that you could pay to have parked at a business for like, and it was an old outhouse, like the wooden door with the half moon. You could pay to have it parked at a business, and they refused to take it off unless the business owner paid a certain amount of money.
Oh, wow.
Friend. It was just ways to raise money for the town, you know. Like, it was a cool little thing, but all of his employees got together and they paid like $1,000. So, Dad had to pay like $2,000 to get it off the lot. So they stopped doing that one. Now they every year they they have fake coppers, like the old English coppers, that come in and they will arrest you, and then you have to get your friends to come bail you out.
Oh, I know what they've done. Yeah, I've seen that done before. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never heard of this.
Right, yeah, and then, like they just take you to like a hall or a meeting place, and you're put into a handmade cell, and they feed you drinks, give you food, and you just sit there and talk with everyone. But like, if you actually have work to do, you need to get out of there.
Yeah.
I think that's quite interrupting.
Yep.
It is, but it's also a good way for them to make money, because then you start doing video, like you have them do a Facebook Live with you, pleading your friends to come and bail you out.
What if no one does? Because they're all like, we don't have the money.
Well, then you just lost one day. But
okay, then let you go.
it's mostly done with the local businesses. So, like, for most of these guys, like, Dad could have just called my mom and said, hey, pull the money out of the till, come get me. But, like, he wouldn't do that. He would call his friends from, like, the Rotary Club and all his customers and say, if you want your car back, come get me.
Right?
Hey, that's a good tactic. Really doing the car.
Well, you got to be careful, because if you pay the wrong friend, if you call the wrong friend, they won't pay your bail, they'll pay to keep you in.
Oh,
No.
They'll double your bail.
Oh, damn.
oh.
This is a slightly more scary version of the Girl Scout cookies and or the kids selling the candy bars, or somebody, their parents selling candy bars at your job.
Yeah.
Because you're always guilted into it. You can't escape it. It's like you can't go into a grocery store about this time of year without having to run into Girl Scout. Well, what are you going to do? Not give the Girl Scouts money? I mean, come on. So,
Dad had...
it's a shakedown.
Dad has a really good friend, Ian Castles, and they cheer for different football teams. Yep. So Ian would walk in when Dad's in the jail and would be like, who's the best football team? And if he said Dad said his own team, Ian would double his bail. But if he admitted that Ian's football team was better, Ian would pay for him to get out.
Well, that's fine.
It's just like, it's little games that you play, and it raises money for your Chamber of Commerce to put on different events.
Yep. It's a good. It really is a good market.
Is there a limit to how much you can raise it?
Huh?
Is there a limit to how much you can raise it?
No, but you got to remember, there isn't a limit to how much you can raise it, but they're only in for the day. At the end of the day, they have to let them out. Otherwise, it's kidnapping, John.
Yeah.
Dang. Because I had plans.
Here's the other thing. Can you hold more than one person?
Yeah, so the last time Dad went in there, I think there was about 15 guys in with him.
So it wasn't so much jail as it was everybody just sitting around in the local Chamber of Commerce drinking coffee and eating donuts.
Well, in Drumheller, they do it at the Legion.
Yes, it's beer.
Yeah, so there's beer.
So yeah, they're being tortured. Oh,
Yeah, so like, Fred,
Yeah.
if you want to stay there for the rest of the day and just drink the day away, you just double your own bill.
Somebody needs calling Amnesty International. It's a war crime.
Jeez. That's funny.
So while we're on the topic of eclipse, what are some of the end times propaganda and theories and stuff you heard about this particular eclipse, and why is it different?
Okay, Paul was about to send you about 50 things she's heard.
So some of the theories I've seen is based on the map of areas that are going to be darkest. They're trying to say the city of Nineveh, and I think it's Pennsylvania. They're trying to tie. Well, look, it's got Nineveh is going to be dark, and that coincides with this Bible verse. And based on the last eclipse, it makes an X, or it makes some kind of a Jewish symbol, which is what they're tying into this particular eclipse is bringing in Armageddon. Have you guys heard anything about that?
What a crock of shit.
And I've never heard about it making a Jewish symbol. That's kind of interesting. But I mean, I don't know. There's always some Armageddon conspiracy that someone tries to form up quickly, right? Here, I think that people don't even know that it won't be like we have that visibility, but it actually won't get that dark, especially for very long. So I think that people just, yeah, and it's like, I think that people are not educated on it a lot. Like the last eclipse, I was like, okay, there's all this crazy hype, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's nothing. Like, when's the big thing, the moment going to happen? Like, what? When? And I was not impressed at all, because I was like, okay, there's really not much happening here. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's just me. And around this area, people are just really freaking out. And I'm like, I think that there's going to be a lot of disappointed people, especially now with the cloud coverage.
Disappointed people, and this is also when you have to watch out for the crazies.
You're right, though. That is something that I really did not consider as much as now. I'm like, oh, wow, it's going to be pretty crazy. I think it might. And I did look it up just so, I just kind of just typed it in really quick, like April 8th, like Ohio visibility, and it came up partly cloudy. So they're still saying it. It's just kind of sad for, all this hype, all this time, all these months. I think this has been going on since December here. I don't know about you guys. So, are you guys in the visibility field?
10%.
No, you're not. Okay. Yeah, we're like 90.
No.
So,
Burn.
it's going to be interesting.
I don't know what percent we are. Exactly what percent are we?
10%.
10%.
So it's going to be dark either way, though.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
We'll get a tinge.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, like, if you take the full circle and make it into a 16-inch pizza, someone took one bite out of the pizza.
That son of a bitch! That was my piece of pizza.
They didn't even take the whole piece. They just took one bite.
But they
That's
took my
it.
piece.
Friend, that's all we lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Friend,
Yeah.
and it, like, Kimberly wanted to make the glasses for her, and she started asking me, like, do we have shade 14 lenses? And I'm like, where the fuck do you think I keep this shit? And
Didn't we have we had an eclipse, back 2019? 20...
lunar.
No, we had a solar one, 2070.
Yeah, 2017, I think, was the last solar eclipse we had.
Yeah, because I remember going outside and sort of doing the Trump thing where I sort of put my hand over my eyes and said, "Oh, there it is," and looked down immediately. No eyebrows.
I don't
So,
know.
That last time either.
So what's coinciding with all this, for those that have heard about the red heifer sacrifice, which is going to go on in Israel, and it's coinciding with this eclipse. Well,
Is
some
this
say,
like red-headed women? Is that what you're talking about?
huh? No, a cow.
Oh, it is a cow.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
sorry.
Glad one of the girls said it, though. So glad one of the girls said it.
I'm used to the male discrimination all over line.
No, so it's got to be a pure.
Here, really bad with redheads, though, around where you are.
According to the Old Testament, it's got to be a pure red cow with.
I've never heard of a red cow.
Everything has got to be pure red. No spots of white, no spots of brown, nothing. Pure red. They're rare. So they actually came to the United States. They inspected red heifers on several different farms last year. And they flew 5 from the United States back to Israel. Now this coincides with when Hamas terrorist attack happened. They'd already brought the red heifers to Israel. They already have the altar built. It's huge. So, per the Old Testament, if they sacrifice this pure red heifer that's never on it, it's never been nothing. They have 5 there right now that are pure. And so some theories are it's going to happen on the eclipse. Some are saying it's just got to happen before the Passover. But I can't remember everything. The clean rabbi burns the entire cow intact. And then they put, I'm trying to remember what they mix into the ash. It's hyssop and a couple other elements. And they can use this concoction mixed with water to make everybody from unclean to clean. Now, what coincides with this, it's a biblical sign. The next temple is going to be built on what's called the Kaaba, or the Temple Mount, which is currently an Islamic holy site. So you want to talk about an expanded war, you're looking at Israel taking over an Islamic holy site. And then that's also because they're building the next temple, one of the biblical signs for Armageddon, for the return of Christ.
Well, a lot of that's possible. A lot of it, the Old Testament stuff, but Revelations, and it seems a little odd that Hamas would just suddenly out of nowhere make an attack. But then again, they've had their perceived aggrievement against Israel.
But Rick, they've been fighting for thousands of years. They've been fighting for thousands of years. That part's not new. They've been attacking each other back and forth for thousands of years.
We don't know who owned the land originally. That's the problem. Nobody knows. Everybody's got a claim on it. Nobody knows exactly who has it. So,
but the timing, you look at the timing of it. Yeah, their intention, and they're still trying to kill these red heifers.
Yeah,
they kill the red heifers. That stops.
Horrible.
The whole thing. They don't have
and
a
they're willing to
sacrifice.
sacrifice people by the thousands to do it.
Right.
Which is insane.
Because it's a religious threat. Any way you look at it, it's a religious threat to them. So, all of this timing and, that's why I told the sheriff up here, look, is anything going to happen on Monday? Probably not, but just let your deputies know to be a little more situationally aware than they normally are. Because it's a perfect time for someone with an agenda to take all this additional chaos to do whatever.
Right.
You've already got people on edge because of an eclipse, and then you throw in a bunch of potential religious extremism on top of it.
Right.
It's a melting pot. It's a kettle.
We're coming off a pandemic, and everybody's jumpy as all get out. The Chinese are constantly, flexing their muscle, whether or not they're right or wrong, but they're doing their thing. And of course, you throw in North Korea, and India and Pakistan could probably kill all of us in about a single hour if they decide to start, dumping nukes on each other. So yeah, fun time. So I kind of miss the old Soviet Union. I hate to say it. It was a lot quieter back then. All you had to worry about was one country nuking. Now you got everybody can nuke.
That was it. Just Russia. And you got Russia, North Korea, China, Iran, and then and the list goes on.
Yeah, Israel might have. We assume they have a nuclear weapon or the nuclear weapons. So yeah. And who knows if Iran? Yeah, it's
is that the Russian cat?
Oh yeah, the Soviet
We've got a Russian cat. But you know what? Cats are cats. I like Russian cats too.
But I feel like
Russian blue is the Russian cat.
I feel like they would be a part of that.
I was, a matter of fact, while we were talking earlier, my Russian blue, my little girl cat, she came up. She's got a little fish, a stuffed fish toy, and she just brings it to me, and I pick it up and I fling it over the side, and she was bringing it back. We were playing fetch while we were sitting there, and Nikki and Rosella and I are all talking, and I was like, well, I'm sure my dad would be very proud of me. He's the old school Texan and everything else. Yes, his oldest son is sitting there and he's playing fetch with a cat, and he's having his house powered by the RV he bought, and he's he's talking about conspiracy theories and eclipse stuff on a podcast. Yeah, I'm sure that's how he saw it all working out. I wasn't exactly the star quarterback he wanted, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Okay. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I just think I was just thinking that would be just the strangest conversation. Tell him it's like, oh yeah, this was all happening at the same time, and he'd be like, what the hell?
Well, you do remember what I told you my dad said about us, right?
Oh yeah.
He said, I think you're all fucking nuts, but as long as you're happy.
Yeah, that's my dad. Just take his head and go, okay, whatever. Yeah, you're not killing anybody. That's a good sign, though.
Rick, you brought up the 2007 eclipse, or 2017 eclipse?
Yeah.
So looking at NASA's website, because they have a whole, fucking 10 pages dedicated to the eclipse. And I never understood the difference in all these ones. Yeah, there is a huge difference between this one and the one in 2017. The one in 2017, from partial to partial coverage, was 2 minutes and 14 seconds long.
Okay.
This is 4 fucking hours.
Oh, goddamn.
What?
4 hours from the moment it starts to the moment it ends.
It's slowing down.
No.
Wow.
So,
Okay, I understand.
So why is there a
that
difference?
means that it's the 343 years that I was hearing about.
Yeah.
It's like this specific kind of eclipse happens only 343 years.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
think that's the right time.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, and so when when I told Kimberly we were only going to get to see 20% or 10%, friend, she said it's cool. I'll wait for the next one. I was like, about that.
That's why
Next lifetime, 2 more lifetimes.
Yeah, it is because, even with how little we're seeing, And Eric, it's not slowing down. It's
Okay.
the path. They're taking the same path for a longer amount of time because of our tilt.
Okay. I got you.
So,
It
friend,
just seems weird.
All about
It
the
is.
angle of it.
it is very weird.
Yeah.
But it's the difference between them crossing, like, directly or at a 32% angle.
Okay.
They stay in each other's path longer because of that.
Huh.
Do you get what I mean?
So it
Friend.
stays dark longer.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, Neil deGrasse Tyson is shaking in his boots because cold is on his butt. He's going to be
Friend.
the next expert in stargazing and everything else.
It's okay.
That son of a
Not
bitch
like
cannot
that
just
anymore.
shake in his boots. I'm going to fucking hurt him. Friend,
We're staying the
I
fuck.
hate that man.
We're staying the fuck home.
Friend. On Monday, I'm not.
Oh, we are.
Friend. I really don't give a shit. I watch out for crazies every day. We live in Cape Horn.
Oh, I know.
I don't
I
give
know.
a shit. Friend.
just
I've
can't wait
got
till-
everybody and their brother coming up my road looking for mushrooms.
Road and Cape Horn down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Comes through, so
It's messing up
Right.
my life in every way.
actually, that's probably when I'll go into Walmart because all the crazies there will be just coming out to check out the eclipse. I can go shopping.
Right.
Right on.
Look at
Great
this.
idea.
Actually, fuck Walmart. I'm going to Costco.
Oh, there you
Go
go.
shopping.
Yeah, go. I'm going to Costco. Friend, no line whatsoever.
You can get
That's
every
a
free sample
great
if you want
idea.
without waiting.
There's a lot of people who are like telling me that they have to go, they have to be at work. But
can get
out
every
here,
free
I
sample
mean,
you
most
want
of
without
the
waiting in
companies
line.
are pretty much letting everybody out, or they're having like kind of picnics or something that day, so they'll all be outside.
right.
See, and
I
John,
mean, it would be
John just brought up the other point of the whole Costco idea.
Yeah.
No lines at the free sample spots.
Oh, no shit. They'll all be running
Well, maybe
outside
are they
looking
going
for
to give
fucking
out the free
eclipse.
samples
Yep.
that day because it'll be Monday, and usually they do it on Saturday.
Ours does it every day.
Gotta plan this out.
Yeah, no, ours does it every day.
Yeah.
Oh, not ours. No.
Oh,
Oh, that's
It's like
sad.
Right.
Saturday,
You're missing out.
and then
Yeah,
Sunday
like-
until like noon.
Brandon, you should talk to someone about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Brandon,
I don't think my husband hasn't. Hot dogs! I want them to be hot dogs! Like, we don't know him. We don't know him. Move on, children. Don't call him daddy. Keep going.
yeah, no, from opening to close, they do it every day.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm
To understand Ohio,
What?
just got to know that with Ohio, this is how they operate. They put spaghetti sauce in there, and they call it chip somehow with noodles. So I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
Skyline,
that's Skyline.
yeah,
It's just really nasty to me.
yeah. I've heard nothing but terrible things about it, but apparently it's a delicacy. So just tells you a little
Yeah.
more about certain parts of Ohio.
Okay,
So-
I would use that word, but I'm all like, how do you guys
That's
eat
so
this trash?
gross.
It is like really gross. Yeah,
Oh.
Skyline Chili. When I moved to Cincinnati for school, because I went there for a little while, I was like, what the hell is a Skyline Chili thing? And then I saw pictures, and I'm like, that is disgusting. People are paying like money for this. Turns out it's like 30 cents, so it wasn't like that's back then, but it's really disgusting. We have one here. I will say that their hot dogs are good. If you just get their
No,
hot
their
dogs.
pizzas. Their pizzas are phenomenal for $20. Oh, no, they're not even
And-
$20. 10, yeah.
$9.99.
And they're huge.
Costco? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
Um,
never saw that they had pizza.
Oh God, yeah, like Cole said, they're $9.99 and they're huge.
yeah, and you get pepperoni or cheese. Brandon.
I
It's
think
actually
there's a
a really
meat
good
lovers
deal.
too, or a
No.
combo. Thought there was.
Not at ours.
That is pretty funny.
So I have a question. With all this weird shit going on in the weather, what do you think is causing it? Is it global warming? I don't see global warming
Okay. Whoa.
causing exist.
Whoa. I think we also need to take a step back
Mm-hmm.
and actually think for a second. Because when we look at weather patterns, as humans, we look at the almanac, we look at what the meteorologists say.
Mm-hmm.
We're not ever looking at the big picture.
Okay.
Friend, if you actually look at the big picture, we are about 700 to 800,000 years behind on an ice age.
So we're just catching up.
Is it weird, or
Is
are
it
we
normal?
just catching up?
Yeah. So, that aside, I'm talking about the weird acid rain and the weird phenomena.
That could be caused by the
You think it's
world trying to
atmospheric?
catch up on the Ice Age thing.
Okay.
You got to remember, cities a little far away from Pompeii after the volcanic eruption had acid rain.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Volcanoes can cause acid rain too.
Right.
So, for an
Yep.
that's the problem. Like a lot of this, like one of the first things Paula mentioned in her weird weather things was the smoke. Well, the thing with that one is, yeah, the wind carried it in weird directions.
Mm-hmm.
But we also had over 1 million hectares last year burnt
Right.
in Canada alone.
Yep.
Friend. So, like, when you look at stuff like that, and that's the thing, those fires, they're not caused by humans.
No, those are lightning strikes for the most part.
Right.
Because
Yep.
no human has ever stepped foot on most of the land there.
Yeah. We can't even get up to it.
No. So, friend, and that's why we can't put them out.
Right.
Well, nature's
It went above Baker last year, especially. Baker Lake.
Friend, do we cause some of the problems? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think not as much as we give ourselves credit for. In any way, shape, or form. Like even global warming doesn't cause as many problems as we actually give it credit for.
No. I agree with that.
Right.
We're literally a parasite on this earth, and yeah, we cause issues, but not... I don't think we put the earth out of balance as much as we'd like to see.
No, I don't think... So global warming, I don't think is some of it, yeah. We sped it up a little bit with emissions and shit. I agree with that. But did humans cause global warming? No, I think it's a normal fucking planetary
yeah, it's in the
event.
past. It's been documented. Everybody acts like this is a new thing, but
Right.
it's happened before. We know it's happened before.
I guess my biggest bitch, though, is their...
We add to it.
We added to it. But their fix for the problem is pure and utter bullshit. Electric cars cause more problems
God, yes.
than...
Those things are
I don't
cancer
fucking
on-
understand how an 8-cent bag is going to help me fucking
No!
cure global warming.
Not at all. And straws. They
the
try
fuck?
to attack straws, too, because anything plastic, oh my god.
But aren't we just...
Is it fucking up the oceans and the whales? Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the-
it's
That's
really
not global warming.
not that bad.
I was actually thinking about that the other morning. How the fuck does McDonald's still have plastic straws?
Oh!
I know.
Walmart. Walmart's gone back. So at Walmart now, you can pay 76 cents for the permanent bag that you can bring back and whatnot, or you can pay 8 cents for a paper bag.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
to me.
yeah. Well,
I don't go to Walmart that
That's why I
often.
just bring it. I can carry it.
I go to Walmart maybe twice a month.
Did you go to the one in Mount Vernon?
Yeah.
We got plastic bags the other day, or the state approved bag, the plastic version, the one we get around here.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, they had paper bags at Walmart.
Oh, they do. They do have paper bags. There were. She asked. We had a choice. We had a choice between the two, and I said, "No, I'll take the Dura thing." I actually like those things. I don't mind paying the 8 cents because it's good for putting cat poop in. So
It's still, yeah, but that's the thing. It still doesn't make sense to me how a bag like that is going to biodegrade faster than the one that wouldn't make it to my front door.
Yep, exactly.
So funny how I have so many plastic bags. I recycle them. And
Yeah.
Like Kroger has a place that we recycle them.
Well, that's
So
what's
I have-
messed up.
No, I continuously use ours.
So if you live in cities and
I do
towns,
too.
you actually have a recycling garbage can.
Yeah.
But out here in the country,
Yeah.
we have to pack everything up in a bag and drive it somewhere to recycle it. So yeah, everything goes in the garbage can.
Or it's buried in the hole in the
Yeah, we
backyard.
have recycling with our trash, but we do not have it for our bags. Like, they don't allow it for plastic bags. So I have to bundle them all up and then bring them to Kroger. Usually it's like Kroger or Walmart, and then you drop them in. But I do it. I mean, I also, though, use them like he was saying. I agree with that litter statement. Like the cat poop, the cat litter. Like, do that because we actually have bunnies, and they're litter box trained. So we have to dump their litter boxes, and we always are using those.
So real quick, Cheyenne, they do in concrete, just not out where we live.
Yeah.
She's saying recycling cans or something. Yeah, they do. If you live in concrete, they do have recycling cans.
Do they?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to live in concrete.
You have to
use
live
them.
in the city limits, town limits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I say city limits about concrete, somebody flips the fuck out. It's a town.
Right. Well, and so asking a town employee,
Yeah.
they do actually check.
Do they?
Yes. And if they catch you and know you don't live within city town limits, they will stop and say, "Hey, you can't do that."
They give you a ticket?
Huh?
They probably can give you a ticket.
I have no idea.
We've got so many.
Okay,
We've got so
bye-bye.
many fabric. We've got so many fabric bags in the car.
Oh, we got about 100 of them.
I mean, you just always have them.
You know what the problem is?
Yeah.
And I know this is just being, kind of it's not lazy, it's just I forget to bring the stupid things in with me.
That's what I forget.
You know what? Yeah, I forget to put them in the truck before I go.
Sit around the house and they're just bundled up in a big pile, and I'm like, okay, I need to take this with me next time. Guess what happens? I have to run to the store and forget about them. So
Well,
Put 'em on
that
the
thing
hook.
is they're in my trunk, and I still forget.
On a hook where?
they're there.
Put them on a hook near the front door.
That doesn't work either. Usually I'm yelling at her about something like, what do I need to get? And then my brain and then I shut the door.
You know what I like? So our grocery outlet has taken on the same thing as Costco. They use the boxes that they get their product in.
Yeah.
Cut them down to size.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, number one, they're not having to recycle the boxes right away. So it's not a one-time use thing. And then we take them, and I use them for fire starter.
Yeah. And they're back into the ether. So
That's what our Sam's Club does. We have Sam's Club here.
they do back in Texas too. It's the same thing. It's identical to Costco. Big.
Missouri and
Yeah.
a number of other states have it as well.
Whoa.
Yep.
Does Sam Clubs have free samples?
Nope.
Well, that's
they
what I
used
do
to.
on Saturdays.
Yeah.
They used to do what they do here in Washington.
I think there's still one, Nikki. I'm pretty sure.
There's the same.
I want to say Northgate area.
Yeah, we have Sam's Club down in Seattle areas.
Is that one shut down?
Yeah, that one's been shut down for a long time.
Because
So
I
we
know
don't-
the Auburn one is still operational. There's one in
Yeah,
Auburn.
and there used to be one in Federal Way. I don't know if it's still operational, but or they turned it into a Costco. Never
So
know.
what's the difference between Sam's Club and Costco? They're both pretty much the same thing.
Well, I can fucking tell you this: your Costco membership doesn't do shit at Sam's Club because I tried.
Right. But they're the same. They're the same kind of products, though. Is
You
my
get
point.
more organic. You get more
Okay.
organic
Okay.
companies through Costco. You get more variety of alternative care products, more alternative. I mean,
There's
you gotta keep
yeah.
Based on Everett, I'd say that like Sam's Club had a better like electronics section.
Yeah.
More of it. So yeah.
We have like pillows, I think, and electronics with the Sam's Club. I mean, the prices are. I think the prices are a little bit better, just because it's based off of Walmart. But it's more, the chains, like Pioneer Woman. I like her stuff, and you can get like they'll have specials between the difference between Walmart and then Sam's Club, and she'll have like different deals at different places for items. So they're kind of more the chain of like the brand name stuff like that, clothes. So who pays the highest bid, right, gets their product in and gets it sold.
Plus, yeah, and Sam's Club used to be Price Chopper, and then Price Chopper got turned into Price something or other, and then they got turned into Sam's Club, and Sam's Club got bought out by Walmart, if I remember correctly. It's been a long, long time.
I know, yeah, Sam's Club
Yeah, I was
owns.
going to say, I've only referred to Sam's Club as Walmart, but that's only because I didn't pay attention until,
Yeah, they call
Well,
it like
I used to
choice.
buy. I used to buy there from the 1990s on. So,
Did they check receipts like Costco does?
oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
Is that why fucking Walmart started doing that?
Yeah, they actually did. You guys are too, because they do it here, and I'm like, what's going on? That just started less than a year ago.
Because they have
They
so
did that
much.
Well,
back
in
in the 90s.
California, you can just walk out with your stuff and nobody says anything. So, whoop, there you go.
Well, because they have so many fucking self-checkout now, people are just walking out
Right.
with shit.
Mount Vernon is closing all
Yeah.
their checkouts.
Good.
Friend, apparently their employees are stealing too much. Self-checkout employees. Friend.
I
Well,
believe it.
one thing I noticed they've changed. If you have stuff on the bottom, now your checkout person puts a little sticker on it, so when you go to show your receipt, they can see you scanned the stuff down below.
Friend, the
Ours
guy.
has like machines like that take pictures of you every few seconds, and if it looks like you have done something, or like you place your hand over the bag and you didn't put it in, then it will go off, and the employee has to come over and check your bag and check your stuff, like where you're at. They're very crazy about it. But I mean, you can hear them talking about how they're told off, they're threatened daily and like hourly, probably every 5 minutes. Seriously, I listened to these two girls at 8:00 in the morning when I was just checking out, and I couldn't believe what they go through for their minimal, pay and everything. It was
Right.
so horrifying,
Friend.
so sad.
Well, like the first time I went through there and the guy asked for my receipt, I asked him why. And he said, well, we need to check, make sure you didn't steal anything. And I said, you just watched me check out. When I'm right there, I walked to you, and you watched me do it. I mean, you contact, like, our eyes, we looked at each other. And he's
Right.
like, I still have to check your receipt. And I said, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't, number one, have
They
the right
don't.
to.
They don't have the
Friend.
authority to check it. They don't have
No.
the authority to follow you outside and harass
Friend.
you.
And he said, well, I'll just take your description then. And he started listing off out loud everything I was wearing. And so I started listing off every friggin' thing I could about him. Friend, bad haircut, smells a little bit. Friend.
I can see you doing that.
And yeah, like, if you're going to make me feel like a thief when I just gave your company money helping you get a paycheck,
Yeah.
Friend, well, then you're going to get treated as in the same way. I'm not doing that. Friend, I figured out why Costco checks receipts.
Well, because we pay a membership. They're making sure.
No.
No?
No.
They are checking to make sure you got everything.
Oh.
Because of the way their lines work,
Yeah.
they have to make sure everything got put in the right cart. So they're counting items.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Friend, they just want to know that you're leaving with everything you actually paid for.
That's cool.
They're being all nice.
Friend, because if they don't see the item, they'll ask, where's this? Because it's on your receipt, but you don't have it.
Right.
Yep.
Friend, I can understand that. That is one of the busiest stores we have in probably the United States.
Yeah.
Friend.
I like Kirkland's brand.
Kirkland is great. That's what I don't like about Sam's Club is they don't do Kirkland. Because that's strictly a Costco
Well,
thing.
because Kirkland's strictly a Costco
Does Sam Clubs
brand.
not have their own brand?
Yes, they
Sam's
do.
is called Sam's Choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm I mean, it's not as good. Like Kirkland is
It's
just
not?
a different variety of stuff. They have more classic things like Christmas decorations and stuff like that, where you can get it a lot cheaper, like a really beautiful ornament or something. Sam's Club doesn't do that kind of stuff. Like Sam's Choice stuff is more like generic cheese, that kind of thing. Like mozzarella, it'll be like Sam's Choice cheese or great value, that kind of thing. So it's not that's the difference. Kirkland is just a lot better.
Huh. Yeah, we got a new store in Mount Vernon that is very interesting. It's an Asian Dollar Tree. So the hardest, it's called Daiso. Daiso.
Is that the one by McDonald's in Burlington?
Yes. And
Okay.
it's very hard to shop at because all the prices are in Chinese.
They're in yen.
Yeah, they're in yen. So, but they have signs up above where you can look at it, and it does the comparison for you of what you'll actually pay. But they have cooler stuff because they have stuff that actually comes from the Asian countries that you can't normally get here.
Like sodas with marbles
Shit.
in them.
We'll have to tell Cassie about that then.
It's neat. It's the only Dollar Tree that has actual branded items.
Do they have
They have a
Asian
ton of
food?
Hello Kitty crap.
They have Asian food there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Asian food, office supplies. They even have camping supplies.
Damn.
Friend,
And it's a Dollar Tree?
okay, it's what a Dollar Tree's turning into. So there are items that are more expensive. But
Okay.
I bought plastic ramen bowls, but they look real.
So it's like Dollar General in the South.
Yeah. Friend,
Okay.
and I think I paid $1.25 for each bowl. But these things they look awesome. They're plastic, so my kids won't break them. And they had real ones made out of ceramic. Friend, Nikki, you know that's an important thing with teenagers.
Hey, I don't break that much stuff.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
the bamboo stuff
because
is
I can relate.
the bamboo plates and the bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
It disperses heat wonderfully. So if you get something out of the microwave, it's not hot within a few seconds. So if you just let it sit for maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you pick the plate or the bowl up out of the microwave and it will not burn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good at dispersing heat. So I love those things. I love the bamboo stuff.
Well, and then have you guys ever tried Pocky?
Oh, God,
Yes. Oh my God.
Do they have the rice candy, too?
They have rice candy. They have,
my
but
daughter loves it.
And their Pocky, though their flavors are amazing. They have banana cream pie, and all different kinds of ones.
Okay.
I haven't had
Cheyenne flipping out.
Pocky and yours. Stop that. I love that stuff.
Oh, do they have one of the vending
We
machines?
just got it maybe a year
Do they
ago.
have one of the
something.
weird
Yeah.
vending machines that
Well,
have?
see, we used to buy our stuff from
you
Wajimaya,
don't.
which is down in the International District in Seattle. And I
Where's
love
that?
a Wajimaya. And so
Wajimaya.
it's not a dollar store by any stretch. It's a grocery store. It's an international grocery store. And I used to love that stuff. And then they finally, and that was in the 90s. That was the mid to late 90s. And then in the early to mid 2000s, they started finally selling it in regular grocery stores. And I was like, finally! Including the soda, the Japanese sodas that they've. Oh my god, those
Well,
are just
do you know-
glass boxes. Oh, they're wonderful.
Yeah, you know those Ramoon ones with the glass,
Yeah.
with the marble.
Yeah, I love those.
This place has like 20 different flavors of those,
Oh god,
and they're not that bad a price. They're only like $2 each. They're not that bad a price.
Love
So-
that stuff. I don't drink soda anymore, and that's actually something that I can have. It's not. I mean, it's got really good flavor to it.
It's got good
something
flavor.
that-
It's not bad for you. Not as bad.
No, it's not as bad.
Yeah. Well, if it's not good for you, it tastes like shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, Fred.
Yeah, I love it. That stuff is really good.
Yeah, we bought all the kids one when we saw them there.
Yeah.
Fred. And John was the only one who got the marble out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that shit's hard.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had to make
Seriously, that's
I had to make a weird
impressive.
contraption with a paper clip.
Don't lie, you just sucked it off the top.
No, I didn't. I
Yeah,
used
the kids bought that. It took us forever to figure out how to get that thing.
What do you mean down?
Down.
You just press it in.
Yeah, on the actual label, there's a step-by-step instruction.
Right. I'm old. Okay.
It's right there on the label. Like you just gotta look at it. It says step 1.
It's fun.
We bought the new spiced Coke for the kids last week. For
Oh yeah.
is it good?
Not really.
No.
It's weird. It's kind of like
Coke.
it's kind of like
I thought like this was a great invention because then I don't have to buy spiced rum. I could just buy regular.
Right.
it was like Mountain Dew plus Coke.
Ew.
It was a little strange. It had a little bit of a grape vibe too.
Although Mountain Dew's getting a little rough. Like they've got
Oh yeah.
like all these different flavors. Like we bought the Baja Blast and we bought the Purple Thunder.
Oh, and did you hear what's happening to Kellogg?
No,
No.
No one's buying any of their stuff anymore.
that's not true. I do.
Well,
I like Kellogg.
Buy a bunch of Kellogg then, I guess.
Who the fuck doesn't like cornflakes?
Right.
no,
I
it's
know.
because of what
Oh,
the
shit.
head of the company said.
What did he say?
You know the thing where back in France where the Queen said let them eat cake.
Yeah.
He said that with cereal, let them eat cereal for dinner.
Like to meet Kellogg's.
So a lot of people just
But she didn't fucking say that.
I know, but he did. He did say
I've
that.
heard this so many times.
He did.
Maybe he didn't say that.
He did. There's he said it on public television.
Could have been AI.
I think I remember hearing something about this.
I think I remember this.
So a
Yeah.
bunch of the products from Kellogg is getting like so much like half off, like 70% off, trying to sell that stuff. It's kind of insane.
Oh, wow.
So this is a whole Bud Light thing, just
Yeah.
reversed.
But I'm not gonna lie.
Have
We
you
don't
ever
actually
had-
buy.
Have you ever had dew from another country? It's really good, and then you taste the stuff from the United States, and it's like, what did you do?
Actually, you know what?
Okay, so in the 90s, I had a friend who was just coming off of, just retired Navy, and he used to get, and he was on a ship. I can't think of big flight ship. I can't think of what those are called at this second. But anyway, aircraft carrier. Thank you. He was on a great big aircraft carrier, and he used to get all different kinds of sodas from across the world at different bases across the world. And one of his favorites, by the way, hello, if you're out there listening, because sometimes they listen. Anyway, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to ID him. But anyway, he let me have, when he came back to the U.S. and was retired, he let me have a Mountain Dew. And I was stunned at the difference between the American version and the one that he got at a different country. I'm not going to say what country, but a different country. I mean, it was astronomically different. And I started looking at the ingredients and whoa.
Yeah, Kayla
like,
hates...
why the hell they can't do that here in the U.S.? It's better for you.
Kayla hates Canadian Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Really? Well, this was not Canadian Mountain Dew.
Because Canada has regulations on the amount of caffeine we're allowed to put into a drink.
And so it drastically changes the flavor.
Yeah. It does.
I just want to know why
Yeah.
the secrecy ban on why we can't know what country that particular Mountain Dew came from. Why is this classified, Nikki?
I don't want to say it because there are issues in a few countries now. So, but
Well, was he on duty?
at the time that he got it,
Yeah. Like
No,
when
he
he
was
went to
off
that
duty.
country? No, when
When
he
he-
went to that country.
yeah.
Was he? Yeah. So I get not releasing that.
Back in the and this was back in the 90s. So mid 90s, if I remember right. But yeah, now there's there's always been problems in the specific countries. But there at the time there wasn't big problems. Now there's gigantic problems. So hey, you could take a wild
All right.
guess.
Well, if you want to know what it is, Nikki will tell you in the Discord. So,
well,
word.
somebody else can type it. I'm not writing shit. I don't have access to Discord right now.
Burn.
Damn it, Nikki! It's time to pump up our Discord.
I know. Anyway, but it's really different. I tried a couple of different kinds of soda that he had brought back, and I was just absolutely, number one, absolutely appalled. Number two, astounded that there was that significant of a change. And it has to do with the corn syrup that all the countries across the board were not using. They're using straight up sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar was sugar cane and not sugar beet. Which that is a whole nother fascination in flavor for me regarding sodas. There's a major difference in taste when if you're taste testing, and I've got a very sensitive palate, so there's quite a flavor difference between other countries and one product, such as Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola, and the United States. And wow, I really prefer a lot of sodas that are not made in the United States. It really astounded me.
I'm surprised we didn't get past customs. And two, there was Dr. Pepper up until, I don't know when they got bought out by Pepsi, but they had a plant in Dublin, Texas that still produced pure cane sugar Dr. Pepper, the original formula. And you could get it in bottles, but you could only get it in the old school bottles and everything else. And that was a big deal in But you had
that with Coke here.
World to get it.
Yeah.
So they didn't do it.
Glass bottles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still buy them from Costco every once in a while.
Oh, I love the glass bottles, Coca-Cola.
And, they're products of Mexico.
Yeah, they're so much better.
It's.
I haven't had one for so long. I
But
can't
it's
remember.
sad they can't use the original recipe.
Huh?
They can't use the original recipe. Can't put cocaine in it.
Well, you can.
No,
no,
not the original recipe. Oh, no.
You just gotta add it yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just break the
Still
line.
gives a good old kick.
Dump it in. There you go.
Friend, it does more for you than a Mountain Dew ever will.
Everything I know
Anyway.
about cocaine, I learned from Miami Vice. I don't know how that applies to
God.
You too? You good old Crockett and Tubbs.
Oh God.
Everything I learned about cocaine, I learned from my nose.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I don't like cocaine. I just like the smell. Friend.
or
So, but
Jesus.
Canadians and their lax laws. This is what happens when anarchy happens.
lax laws, really.
Yeah, lax laws, socialism. This is what happens. You know, Canada. This is all your fault.
You're hurting my feelings, Rick.
Oh no,
It's
terrible.
okay. I'll go to the hospital and get them checked for free.
You're like
Whatever.
More blackface. Then we
Ooh,
gotta
those are cocaine bags.
Guys.
Friend,
we've got an orange guy. You got a guy that had blackface. A fair trade-off.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Prime Minister for Canada, back when he was in college, was doing it. I guess he was supposed to be Indian, and he did blackface. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He
Damn.
put the shoe polish on, and it was unfortunate. And then
It's
it got
okay.
out, and it was a big deal here for a while, and everybody forgot about it because
he's not a real Canadian. He's Cuban. So, but
somehow
Well,
he
I'm
got
going to be
to.
blunt about something. And when I was in high school during Halloween, I tried to wear green, and whatever happens, there's some kind of reaction on my skin, and it turned
Oh.
black. I was so mortified.
Oh no!
And
Oh,
there's
no.
a freaking picture in my yearbook in my high school yearbook of somebody caught a picture of me, and I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I was not a happy camper. I was
Well,
trying to
just
do,
don't-
I was trying to do the Wizard of Oz witch.
I was thinking the witch.
Yeah, with the green face and the black hat and the
Yeah.
It turned out badly. I was, like I said, I was
man.
mortified.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't come off my skin. It's like
Ah,
I was not a happy girl.
You were green for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, and the interesting thing about that, Eric, is that I had patches of black and patches of green on my face, and I still don't quite understand what actually took place, other than it had to have been some kind of reaction with my skin and the makeup.
You were
Yeah,
turning
some
into,
kind.
you were turned into
Well,
the Hulk.
They thought you were an alien.
yeah. Or it could have just
Well,
been that
Yeah,
you were allergic to whatever that was in it, because she.
yeah,
But I don't.
Yeah.
an allergy could cause that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My mom did the witch thing every year for the Wizard of Oz, and she did that, so that's how I kind of knew what you were talking about.
My pretty.
God,
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
was
mean,
so-
she could cackle.
yeah.
It was frightening.
well, the whole thing. A funny thing is, with the Wizard of Oz, no less. Buddy Epson, Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, which I'm sure some of our audience won't have a clue, John. But he was supposed to be the Tin Man, and
Yes.
they put silver paint on him, and he had an allergic reaction to it, and he couldn't do it. So it went to the was Ray Bolger, or I can't remember who played
Well, and
Tin.
he's the one he died from cancer from the paint.
Yeah.
And then the
wasn't
witch died too.
And wasn't the snow in the Wizard of Oz asbestos?
Yes.
Asbestos?
Yeah.
Yes, it
I think
was.
so.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
I didn't
reading
know.
something about that.
From all those movies back then, like White Christmas, the snow in that
Yeah.
one is also.
Damn.
Asbestos.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Spoiler alert: they weren't actually in Venice or Vermont. Sorry, guys.
Venice.
In
Brand.
Vermont, same
I didn't want to ruin it for people, but like it's been a few years, I guess.
Oh, now if you want something funny,
It was filmed in the
have you
studio.
guys heard of the Princess Rap Battles?
What?
Look for the
What?
Princess Rap Battles.
Oh, are you talking about the ones
Yeah.
from 2015?
Probably.
It's
Well, they've got the
Wizard of
they've got
Oz.
Dorothy versus oh God, who's she up against? They're on YouTube.
Yeah,
Look for the Princess Rap Battles.
I know what you're talking about.
And there's a
There's
bunch of them.
one with
They're funny.
Frozen versus Snow White.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
they're pretty funny. They also have Darth Vader versus, I think it was, what was it again?
In no fucking world in this ever is Darth Vader a goddamn princess.
No,
They have a
they,
bunch of different.
they have superhero ones. They have sci-fi ones. I think Darth Vader versus Doctor Who. I think that was one of his.
Wasn't that originally a history thing where it was rap battles through history?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they've got them too.
That was an
Yeah.
offshoot.
Ariel
I thought
versus
that was the original one.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, it was Ariel.
Yeah.
So what's our next week subjects?
Because we stayed on topic in this one.
Yeah, we did great.
Yeah.
We did great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We always do great.
We definitely sound.
But you know what? Here's the deal. S4, whatever the fucking topic we want to bring up during the show is, the topic we talked about Kellogg's for a while. Come on
This
now.
is the
Yeah.
beauty of our
What is
show.
next week? April 5th, 14th, somewhere around there? No, 12th,
April 12th.
I think. Maybe.
What?
We're going to talk about how we survived the major eclipse
and
of
we managed to get
2024.
the eclipse.
Yeah, we can talk about the eclipse.
So, I don't know about next week. I do know the week after.
Huh.
Numerology.
Really?
No, why numerology?
Because 420 is a palindrome.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
Today is April 10th.
We can talk all kinds of numerology. That's
Do
fine.
you know how many people are going to fucking get stoned and confused because 420 is going to be 420 backwards? Friend, that's awesome. Friend,
the weird, the wacky. We cover it all.
I'm sorry, the week after is what again?
Numerology.
Well,
numerology.
Gee, okay.
Oh,
'Cause,
it's April 10th.
Glennis something or other. Can we get her on?
What's that?
What?
Oh, there was some gal that used to be on George Norrie that did numerology. Glennis something or other. Yeah, Paula says she can't remember, but yeah. But Paula used to get so fascinated by it. She'd be like, "Oh, all these things are happening, and it's numbers," and I'd just be sitting there. I'm so confused.
Numbers
I
are
can't do
important.
math at all. So
Yeah, we'll talk, we'll bring up everything, even the pop culture references towards it, what the fuck, what's that, Jim Carrey movie?
oh yeah, room. What's that room? Something 27.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
God, this is like the second time that somebody's brought that up this week to me.
Mhm.
Room tour.
Oh,
You better watch it.
and,
I'm afraid to watch that. But I'm surprised you guys don't want to do the eclipse panic attacks afterwards. So.
oh, well, we can do that next week, that works, friend.
that's next week. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
survival of the eclipse.
Well, maybe actually we start with that and we do all of the
Omens.
world scares
Prophecies. Okay.
Right.
Oh,
and the reactions afterwards.
so I gotta look into it a little more, but there's a lot more talk coming out now about weird noises in the skies.
oh,
Remember the trumpets?
Me and
Yeah.
Kayla will try and keep it down.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
People are saying with the solar eclipse, the rapture is coming soon.
Right. And it has to do with the trumpets they're hearing, and
Yep.
well, scientifically they're trying to say, which I call bullshit, but they're trying to say it's the wind between skyscrapers. Okay, but if you're a shepherd in the middle of a field and you're hearing it,
Yeah.
It's the wind beneath your sheep.
that's it. It's blowing their wool around.
And yeah,
Yeah, the rapture's coming soon.
So yeah, we can bring up
It's the
strange
end of the
occurrences.
world.
you're about to go to college. Don't start wearing like a fucking sheet and going out with a fucking billboard, okay?
Hey,
The end is near.
it's what I gotta do. It's my role in college, okay? I gotta have the tinfoil hat, the
You're
sheet
going to be a
thing.
cardinal now.
Well, you're not
Right.
going to Evergreen, so you don't need to put that on. only people that go to Evergreen have to put the tinfoil hat on and everything else.
That's why I'll just transfer out halfway
Or
through.
you also have to wear nothing but
No.
outfit. Yeah, that's pretty much. And smoke a lot of weed. So,
Oh, yeah.
you want it
No.
there.
No, that's, yeah.
I can do that.
Now I'm in trouble with Paula. Oh, great.
Just like
Yeah.
you will not be going to college parties.
Just like that.
Well, one of her daughters.
We'll see.
You gonna join a sorority?
Or is it taught?
Maybe. You never know.
Are you? Sorority is women, dude.
Oh, wait. No! That's not happening. I forgot.
Fraternity.
Yeah, fraternity.
You one ugly woman. Friend.
What was that?
It's like,
Friend.
I'm asleep.
Word.
Dang.
This actually was a good show, even though we didn't stay on topic. Like, that was a fun
No,
conversation,
no,
guys.
I think we on it for a long time, though.
We did, but like, and then
We
like
rolled.
the grocery store thing kind of took over, and well,
Yeah.
you know,
Old people.
About that. Sorry about that.
like we didn't cover our one thing. We didn't cover the most important idea of a grocery store, guys. What's everybody's favorite aisle?
Ooh, aisle A4.
You got it fucking memorized?
Yeah, I got that memorized.
I don't know where I'm going half the time.
Aisle A4 is the way to go.
They keep changing shit.
Friend.
Even in Costco.
I'm not gonna lie, mine's the bakery.
Mine's the section with the coolers. Generally, the ones that have the big sign that says beer, right?
The one with the cougars is pretty cool. Friend.
Yeah.
Usually on the left or the right. You just have to go to the left or the right in the grocery store and you find the beer. It's right there.
I have to
That's true.
laugh every time I walk by the spirits room now. They have spirits in Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little upset they took out my hairdresser just to put that in.
Just to put spirits? Yeah.
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 Friend.
Bastards.
But they took
Back
out
in
all the good
Texas,
parts.
I
They
think
took out the
that's
tiny
so
arcades that
weird.
used to be there.
You can buy weed at a store, and you can actually buy liquor at a grocery store.
Yep. The world's becoming
Back
such a
here, that you
good
can't
place.
buy beer or any type of alcohol. You can't buy liquor, period, on Sundays, and you can't buy beer until noon.
Well,
So,
did you notice, Rick, today at River Rock, they now have hard alcohol behind the counter
Yep.
Yeah.
at the res?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No,
Friend, at the res, they now have hard alcohol behind the counter. They didn't have that a month ago.
wow. Wait,
Friend,
I
That
I
reservation
wouldn't
had-
have any idea if it was or wasn't. I don't buy
Yeah.
hard alcohol. So.
no, that reservation has never had hard alcohol because it's a dry reservation.
Oh. So they're doing the whole Lynchburg thing with Jim Beam.
Well,
Well, they manufacture it there, but that's a dry county where they do Jim Beam from. Or Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, excuse me.
Sounds like Jim Beam's out of Kentucky.
Well,
Well, it was of Ohio, actually. We had one in Cincinnati. Yeah.
In the
And,
military,
that
we
went
call it
out
the
a long
Class
time
6.
ago.
Friend, we still have liquor board stores in Canada, so
Yep.
Well,
owned by the government.
there's still a liquor store in Cedar Woolley.
No. Owned by the government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Friend, closed at 6 p.m.
Yeah, they're weird looking.
Friend, never
You
opened on
better get off
Sundays.
work early to go get your drink on then, huh?
Yeah. 'Cause that's also the only place you can buy beer. You
Yeah.
can't buy beer in regular stores in Canada, so.
Nope.
Seriously?
Well, yeah.
no, I saw that back in Strange Food.
Not
The
even
movie
at gas
back in
stations.
the 80s, Bob and Doug McKenzie. That was the funniest thing. It comes
Oh,
out on a
God.
conveyor, doesn't it?
Yeah,
What's up, Poacher?
because
Yeah.
the public's not allowed to view it, so they order it and it comes out on a conveyor belt.
It's the
Huh,
coolest
like a
thing.
warehouse.
Yeah,
Strange.
friend. Well, it's
13
like,
years old, and I'm like, cool. I want to drink beer now because it comes out on a conveyor belt.
Oh,
well, it's like we do the same thing with
now.
our cigarettes. Our cigarettes have to be in locked containers that you can't view from the front. So if you're standing at the till, you can't see what they have for cigarettes.
Huh. That's fucked up.
Not really. It makes it so that it's not in
your
kids'
cigarettes
eyes.
have the skull and crossbone on them too, don't they?
Huh?
Your cigarettes, didn't they have the skull and crossbone or shit on them?
Only the brand that I bought, but every one of them has pictures of like the diseases you can get. And so like there's one that has heart disease and it's a really badly like messed up heart. And then one of them has lungs that are all blackened. And they brought that out when I was in high school and we were trading them like Pokemon cards. Like
Oh my god.
you had to collect them all.
See, that's why I've always loved. Now,
I collect every disease. Aren't you proud of me?
I've had German cigarettes, they suck. I've had Canadian cigarettes. I've had Kuwaiti cigarettes, which are called beaties. And so beaties have little ribbons around them, and different colors mean different things. We weren't allowed to have the red ribbon because it had heroin in it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
Well, but
Or
that's in
opium.
every cigarette. It's just once you get down to just the orange paper on your cigarette, that's where they keep the heroin.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and have you tried?
Yeah, I've had Iraqi cigarettes.
Have you tried any of the newer stuff like nicotines, vapes?
No, I don't vape.
No?
And yes, Cheyenne, I think that is popcorn lung. Isn't that what vaping causes?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
It's twice as fast as cigarettes with popcorn lungs.
Yeah.
we know a kid that started doing the tobacco pouches.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's like it's a chew, but it's in a little pouch.
Yeah, they're called zings, I believe.
And my only comment was to him, so you like sucking dick now.
The thing about the dip is they're making, I hear it advertised all the time on a sports show I listen to back from Houston on the in the mornings. But it's they're CBD and it's hemp based dip.
Yeah.
So there's no nicotine in it. So you get the benefits of the CBD and you still get the flavor or whatever else, but you don't get the cancer from it, supposedly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
that, I would like. It's like when they first brought out vapes and said these are completely safe.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna wait a few years before I believe that.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that at all.
They're crazy, highly addictive too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
people who I know who do it, I'm like, they can't put it down, live without it now, or like separate from it. It's worse than a cell phone if people have that kind of addiction.
Yep. It's way worse.
Yeah. Crazy.
There's even some kids that are leaving school just to use it. It's not.
The funny thing is, we used to have, and smoking was illegal in Texas for minors. So you had to be 18 or older. We had a smoking area where and it was usually what we called what did we call the women exactly? It was the girls they were a little bit outside. They were the street toughs, I guess, of the school. They all went outside and smoked out there in between classes briefly. So they had this one little area. They'd all sit there and chain smoke, and all of them were minors, and no cops did anything about it. It was just accepted. Weird thing.
Yeah, same with Canada. Like, I never got in trouble in high school. And I got to the point where I had 5 minutes to get in between classes, like from one class to the other. I would run outside, and I got to the point where I could smoke an entire king-size cigarette in about 3 minutes. And run back in.
24-ounce beer, you're just like, ah.
Yeah, like, and now, I don't know if I could do that anymore. I don't think my lungs have that kind of capacity anymore. But
that really tastes flavor.
But like I was dumb at.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter's like a junior high now, 13. So she tells me nothing but stories of people getting caught in the bathroom with everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, now, like, all of our bathrooms have vape detectors.
Oh yeah, there's a vape detector.
Oh, that's great.
One in the concrete school bathroom. But
And it literally goes off, but it doesn't alert the kid.
nope.
Oh,
good.
shit.
Smart.
It just alerts in the office that there's someone's using a vape in the bathroom, so they can go yell at them. That way, they're actually getting caught.
That's why some kids are actually using the middle school gym bathroom now, because they don't have them in there.
I just go into the freaking like hallway to the stairwells and that kind of thing. That way,
Yeah.
but actually,
Can't see
like,
smoke.
no, I can't say that because even in high school, I had enough respect to go outside because there was no smoking in the school.
Right.
Friend,
You don't include everybody else. It's just
Yeah.
a common courtesy. Yep.
friend. And I fought for the right to have a picnic table in our smoking area.
Right.
Friend.
There you
Good.
go.
They eventually had to give us an area because, like, after the third kid got hit by a car. Well, we weren't allowed to do it on school property. We had to go off property. The next part off property is the road.
Yeah.
When you guys are talking about the smoke, my first image in my head is Mount Vernon High School, the main building where somebody is lighting off firecrackers in the stairwell, and we are talking about 8 to 10, maybe 12 inches long, and the smoke. I mean, I'm sorry,
That would be
I never smoked. I
That would
never
be a
smoked.
fun
Knew
senior
a lot
prank.
of people who did in junior high and high school, but when I hear people talking about their times of when they smoked, that's the first thing I think.
Well,
Right.
It's
now,
just bizarre. It's just because of the amount that it filled the stairwell with. Oh my
That
god!
was the smoke screen for the smokers.
But that would be a cool
Yeah,
senior
it was
prank.
a hell of a-
Yeah.
Just
now
in
whoever
film.
I'm not
that kid
smoking,
was-
that's the firecrackers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever that kid was now would go to jail or to
Yeah.
Guantanamo.
jail. Yeah.
They'd be in freaking Guantanamo.
People scattered. Nobody got caught. Nobody got caught back then. I mean, you're talking the 80s. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not out.
Well, everybody in
People were smarter then.
Well, they went down to I remember seeing the high schoolers, they'd all go down to the corner by the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And across the street, because
Yep.
it wasn't on school property.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody had their own thing. Yep.
Anyway, we are over time. We got to wrap it up. I got to get home and light a fire, because apparently my kid's cold.
Oh, you
Power's
guys
It's
need
out.
more
morning here in
Put
Ohio.
on the jet.
Yeah.
But our power's out, because
Right.
they had that planned power outage thing going on.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. We will see you next Wednesday with.
As long as we survive this big eclipse.
Yes.
We'll see you with Eclipse Craziness.
Because the end is near.
And the
Next
Phantom
Wednesday,
Power.
10 p.m.
Oh, God.
Friend, thank you for joining us. Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week. Friend,
I
Good
it's
got
been
night.
a long day.
Bye. A little bit of a brain fart.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.